Hi, I'm John Moyer, and can I just say I am really jealous of all of you TelexFREE promoters that are headed to Las Vegas for the TelexFREEkend. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to be there too. I'm actually the hypnotist comedian that's going to be performing a free show for you on Friday night and Saturday, but I'm going there to perform. You're actually going there to learn proven techniques and strategies that are going to help you double, maybe even triple your TelexFREE income with doing a little more than what you're doing right now. The only way for me to double my income is to actually train my 6-year-old child to be a and then send him out on the road to work too. And unfortunately, we have child labor laws in this country which prevent me from doing that. So I'm not going to do that in Las Vegas for the TelexFREEkend. That's a whole different situation. I'm going to be there, just me performing, not my kids, but you'll be there to learn. And after you learn these amazing new strategies, you can check out my free show Friday night and Saturday. I will see you in Las Vegas for the TelexFREEkend.
Let's talk a little bit about the eWallet training. And so what I'm going to do here is why this is so essential. And please have a pen, piece of paper, notes, guys. You want to take really, really good notes on this because this is important. I'm going to pull up here. I'm going to go a couple different places here. First of all, when you register, this is really, really important. Once you register, it's very, very important, guys, as you go and you create an invoice. Let's say you're going to sign someone up and they create an invoice. Automatically, eWallet sends them an invoice as well. So when eWallet sends them, and I'll show you here on your page what it looks like, eWallet is going to send you a link, and it's going to say, congratulations, we just did a test one here. And in order to activate your account with eWallet, you have to click on that link. Once you click on the link, ladies and gentlemen, it is now going to take you into your back office of eWallet. If you can't get in that way, you always can just go to your website of TelexFREE, log in. Once you're in the back office of TelexFREE, you're going to notice, and I'm going to pull this page up too as well, we'll scroll down. Once you're in your back office of TelexFREE, it's going to give you an option to say pay now or pay later. Well, you just simply click on the button of pay later, and if you click on pay later, your page is going to open up in your back office. It's going to look like this one. And you scroll down toward the bottom. I want you guys to see here. There's a link right here at the bottom that says My eWallet. You simply click on that link for My eWallet, and now it's going to show you this page right here that says, hey, look, you can log right into your eWallet. So once you log into your eWallet, it's going to ask you for some information. It's a KYC thing. You have to know your customer. So you're going to be required to send in like a copy of a photo ID, like, a government ID, driver's license, different things of that nature. And once you do that, it's just going to kind of validate your account. But even before you've done that, you can go ahead and start sending in your information. In order to pull money out of eWallet, they're going to have to, meaning that in order for, when you have funds sitting in your back office, in order for you to withdraw them to your bank account, you're going to have your government ID sit in there so that they can verify that you are who you are. But anyway, guys, you can still log into your eWallet. Now, here's what's interesting. Once you log into your eWallet, you're going to notice coming up on the first page, and here's the account we created for the 1425. People are trying to get in, and you might want to write this down. There's always several different ways. Everybody's trying to get in the fastest way. Now, inside and even outside of the United States, the fastest way is if there's someone in your upline that has back office funds, of course, and someone that you can always get with them, give them the actual cash so that they then, at that point, can transfer or pay your invoice for you. Now, they don't have to pay your invoice in the back of eWallet. You can actually pay an invoice, as many of you know, in the back of TelexFREE. And the way you do that, of course, you just go in, click on your statement area, and then click on Pay Invoices. And if you have that person's invoice number, which you can see here, the invoice number is still right up here at the top. They can give it to you from the back of their eWallet, or they can give it to you from the back of their TelexFREE site. And then that person can pay their invoice out of their back office funds. Well, what if you don't have anyone that has back office funds? You don't have access to anyone, and you still have people that want to sign up. Well, take notes here. If you are out of the country, you can send in a bank wire. A bank wire is one of the next fastest ways of getting in aside from the credit card. So before, and I want to make sure you understand this, people outside of the U.S. can wire into their back office of, as you see here, eWallet. People who are inside the U.S., that function is disabled for right now. They're saying maybe another 30 to 45 days, and then you'll be able to also wire money into eWallet. Okay, so people who are outside of the U.S., they wire money from different countries, and basically you just go here, you click on the word wire deposit, and when you click on wire deposit, it's going to ask you, you hit the drop down and find the country that you're actually wiring from, put in your bank information, and just make sure that, you know, when you're bank wiring, that it's going to ask for a certain number. Make sure all your information is in there. When you take that to the bank, make sure that on that paper that you'll see in your back office that it'll show you, make sure all of that information is filled in there so that you are credited properly for the bank wire. It's very, very critical that you do that. So once you've completed that process on your bank wire, then your funds will show up in your back office, and there is a processing fee. Whatever that fee is, that's what you'll have to pay. And as you go through the different steps there, guys, it will show you exactly what it is. So remember, bank wires inside the United States, disabled for right now. Outside of the United States, people define their particular country, their bank, put all of the correct information in that it asks for, and there's a diagram that will show you. So all of the correct information that it asks for, put that in there, and then you'll be able to wire money in. A lot of people have been wiring money into eWallet, and the wires are unlimited. The amount that you can send is unlimited, and once the amount is in your eWallet, then you can go there and start to pay the invoices. So I want to make sure you guys fully understand that process. Let's talk about the credit card process. Of course, if you guys go with the credit card, the way that you would pay for this with credit cards, you click on the credit card link. And now there's a couple things you need to know about credit cards. First of all, you have to click on add a credit card because you don't have one in that account. And once you set up your credit card by putting all your information in, like Visa, MasterCard, it will now, and guys, you have to understand this, it's going to now ask you for information. In other words, it's going to ask you, and this is really critical, that you put in the verifying marks. They're going to ask you for two amounts that they're going to deposit onto your credit card, or they're going to withdraw from your credit card, forgive me. And so it'll be small amounts, like maybe 2 cents or 5 cents or 10 cents, you know, maybe $1, whatever it is. But you'll be able to call your credit card company and say, is there any pending charges coming through, small amounts, and then they'll give you that amount. If you go online, many of you can go online with your debit card, bank cards, and you can see what those small amounts are. Once you put those amounts in, it's going to now verify your account that that credit card is set up good. Why do they do that? Because there's been so much credit card fraud that you know, people have been utilizing other people's credit cards, and as they're utilizing other people's credit cards, guys, they're stealing other people's credit cards and then charging the amount. So that's the reason why they do the verification, because if someone has your credit card number, they won't know the amount that they charged on your card. Only you know that. So you're the only one that can call your bank or go online and be able to see the amount. That way, they're making sure that the credit card belongs to you. And now once your credit card is set up, here is the way that happens, is the best way to get in with your credit card. Every night at midnight, the counter resets. So it's midnight Eastern Standard Time. Please write this down. So at midnight Eastern Standard Time is when you're able to go in and try to, now that your card is verified, try to pay for the invoice in the back of your eWallet. Why do we say at midnight? Because the company only processes $1.5 million a day, and it resets every day at midnight. So once they've reached $1.5 million in transactions, it will say they've exceeded the amount of transactions for the daily limit. So the best way to do it, if you got to stay up to midnight, guys, that's what you need to do if you're trying to use your credit card once it's been verified to get into the system. The other aspect of that is that on any credit card that you may have back there, you may have 3 or 4 credit cards that you may link to your eWallet account. You can link As long as those credit cards have your name on it or your last name, like if it's, you know, within the same family, it just cannot have different names on it because it will not work. So as long as the credit card is in your name, you may have 3 or 4 different credit cards back there, or your family member's name, as long as the last name is the same. Guess what? And the same address. It's got to all line up. Then what it will allow you to do is process up to $7,500 per month. That's your limit. I don't care if you have 50 credit cards back there, or if you have one. It will not let you do over $7,500 in transactions per month. So please write that down. Very, very important that you guys understand that. So that process is very clean. A lot of people have been utilizing that. And once you put the credit card transaction in and you pay for it, I don't believe it's instant. I think the next day or something, eWallet goes in, verifies that it's correct, and then the invoice will be paid. So again, guys, these are different ways that the company has put up little protections just for your safety and as well as the company's safety, because there's been just a ton of fraud that have happened, and that's why they're only taking about 1.5 million a day so far. Everything that's been coming in now has been good, all great, you know, and clean credit card transactions. And as that process continues on, then they're looking at raising that monthly limit. So once again, for you personally, there is a $7,500 limit, and of company-wide, during that day, they will only take in $1.5 million through credit cards. So to make sure you guys understand that. Now let's go back up. So that's the second way. Credit cards, great way to get money in. If you're out of the country, bank wire. What about if you're in the you're inside the United States, guys? Let's see. Hopefully my screen didn't freeze on me here. Let's see. Okay, great. There's another way that you can do it, and that is, you guys are familiar with bill pay in your bank account. Well, if you click on the word bank account, we can't do any ACHs right now. They're looking at possibly opening that feature back up. But there is another way that you can do it. And if you click on, you know, your bank account, you're going to see here, and forgive me, my screen is flipping on me here for a second. If you click on your bank account, it says you currently do not have any authorized bank accounts associated with eWallet. So now if you click on add a bank account, and you're inside the U.S., this is what's going to pop up, United States of America, because if you're in the United States, you have to say United States, you got a United States bank. So if you're inside the United States and you click continue, here's another great function that's available for you, and it's called bill pay. And what this sheet is that you're seeing here, it's not for you to change the name. It's not for you to try to fill anything out. You may want to print this out. This is to help you when you go in your online banking, and when you're in online banking and you click on bill pay, it's going to ask you for the payee name, the person that you're trying to pay the money to. And of course, you're going to put their global eWallet. You're going to fill it out exactly like you see it here. There's their address. And then this is critically important. It's saying right here account number, and it begins with a Z. What is that account number that we're talking about? It's your eWallet account number. And the way that you can find your account number, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to tell you, like you see here, it says, please make sure to enter in your eWallet ID number in the reference account. So you have to do that in your online banking. If you're not sure of where your information is, you can always go to My Account, and you click on Account Details, and under Account Details, it's going to show you, and I believe it was right up here, right here in the upper right-hand corner, there's your eWallet number, and then also under the checkout, and then we're going to go back to the bank right here, the bank account. And through the bank account, we'll go on and we'll click on Add Bank Account. And I believe that was the exact same number that shows even in the screen of what it's telling you to do. And so basically, ladies and gentlemen, you know what your eWallet number is. That has to be there. So now what happens is that bank physically cuts a check. They're going to mail that check over to eWallet. That process for them to verify that they've got the funds and to verify that it's a good check it's going to take about 10 to 14 days for that process to verify. You might say, well, why does it take so long? Well, through our eWallet training, we found out that it used to be a lot quicker, but there's some clever people out there. They will go in their back office of their bank account, and they would go ahead and do a bank transaction like this. And then once the bank went ahead and paid it, and immediately when they were able to go in their back office and see those funds and the invoice paid, then they would call their bank up and say, hey, I didn't make that transaction, that's fraud, or whatever they may do, or put a stop payment on it, whatever that happens. And then what it would do is, since the credits have already been paid, it would cause a shortage. And of course, now eWallet was trying to get the money back. So because people, again, there's all types of people, that's why the company has that 10 to 14 day waiting period on there from the time that they get it in and then they credit your account. By the way, we found out if anybody goes in and creates this transaction and then turns around and puts a stop payment on it or cancels the transaction, it will cancel your account. Please write that down. It will cancel your account, period, with zWallet. So make sure, or with eWallet, make sure that if you go through this process, you do not cancel it. Because if you cancel it, it will cancel your eWallet account. Very, very important that you guys understand that. Let's talk about another way that a lot of people are utilizing. And guys, here's what you got to realize. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter really what the cost is. It matters how soon can you get in and being able to start selling the products and services to other people and signing up other people into the business. Because if you think about it literally, what you can earn off of an Ad Central or Ad Central family throughout the course of the year as you sell more product to the public, and even what you didn't sell to the public, you sell back to the company, it's definitely worth it no matter what the cost is. And that's what a number of people have been finding out. They just want to get in the system as quick as possible. So there is another way that you can get into the system, and that is, you see the cash option here. Now, I want to caution you on a few things. With the cash option, it allows you to get into the system almost immediately with the cash option. However, ladies and gentlemen, you need to have the appropriate amount of invoices back there to utilize this cash option, or you're going to be limited to putting in, I think it's $400 or $450 a day through cash outlets in your area. And so what we mean by the invoices, and I'll give you an example. Let's say I have this account, but I've also went out and maybe I have 3 or 4 more other Ad Central family accounts that I want to activate. Well, what you can do is you can log into the back of each of your eWallet accounts, and you're going to see your invoice there. And if all your invoices are $14.25, you can forward all of your invoices to like your main account. Let me give you an example. You see here where it says forward. If I click on the word forward, and let's say this was one of my 5 accounts that I wanted to pay. Now what it's going to ask me to forward this amount, it's going to tell me to put in the username of the person that I'm forwarding it to. And let's say I have a main account, and my main account is Make Money. And I've set up several other accounts, Make Money 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well, I may want to go into Make Money 1, click on the forward button, and then put my username of Make Money in there, and then hit continue. What that's going to do is transfer this invoice from my back office of eWallet for Make Money 1, and it's going to transfer it into my main back office of eWallet, which is my Make Money. I'm going to repeat that. If you've got several invoices that you're trying to pay by cash, or you want to pay them by even, wire or something, the good thing to do is to forward all of those invoices into one account. That is going to allow you to raise your limit on doing cash deposits. You're not limited to $400. It sees the invoices back there. It recognizes the invoices. And so for whatever the amount of the invoice is, it will allow you to put cash into the cash places at that time period. So let's say I'm going to forward all 5 of them, or I've got 5 accounts and I'm going to forward 4 of them to the main account. I'm just going to go into each one of those accounts, hit forward, put my main account, and then hit continue and go through the process. Now let me explain this to you. When you do that, you're going to be able to go back to your main account and you're going to have to accept it. You will notice that when you go back to your main account, it's going to tell you that you have pending invoices. And when you click on the pending invoices, ladies and gentlemen, at that point, it's going to allow you to accept them. If you do not accept them, they will never show up in your back office. So you have to accept each one. And as you accept them, then those invoices now will appear in this whole section here on your main page as having unpaid or waiting invoices to be paid. Okay? I want to make sure you guys fully understand that forward feature. It's very simple, very easy to do, but they are there. They will be there in your online office. In fact, I would show you guys that, but it's a simple process. It's just you'll see it when you send it over. You'll see where you can collect on the forwarding. Now let's talk about the cash option. Let's say I have cash and I want to get into the system right now. Well, you click on the cash option, and then of course your country there is United States if you're in the United States, and then you're going to click on the word continue. Now there's one processor that they use, and it's called PaySafe Card. And this PaySafe Card will show you all the locations in your particular city that you live in. So what I'm going to do here is you'll notice here it tells you what is PaySafe Card, how to use it. There's videos on all of this stuff, guys. You just got to take a minute to take a look at it. But this is very, very simple. Right now, it's reading my back office, and it's reading the amount of the invoice that I have in there. So let's say I am in Atlanta. So all I'm going to do is I want to, first of all, let me check and see the locations, if I can spell Atlanta correctly. Let me search the locations for Atlanta, Georgia. So now I put that in, and I'm going to click on there, and now it says find the sales outlet near you, and you notice how it has Atlanta, Georgia? Now I just simply click on the little magnifying glass. And then it's putting this identification code there to make sure you're not a robot. So basically all you're going to do is put in the turning codes of what you see there, and then it's going to show me the different locations in Atlanta that I can go ahead and take my cash in and make payments to. So you'll see here you have a Media Mart, a Arizona. You got all these different places, even a cellular place, Mara Communications, JC Wire. You find the one that's closest to you, and you'll be able to go in that outlet and make a cash deposit. So you can put whatever city that you have there in that particular area. I want to let you guys know that. Okay. So let's say I see that there. I see my place that I'm going to do, the city. It doesn't matter what city or state that you have in there, but let's say that we're going to go to Atlanta. Okay, this is what we want. Now we click on Select. Once you click on Select, now it's going to take you to the next page, guys. And on the next page, it's showing me the amount that I have to walk in the door cash with. You notice that amount is higher than the amount of there because that's the fee that they're going to charge plus the amount. So they put an additional fee on that for that $14.25 transaction to get your transaction moving right away. Okay? Then the other thing it's going to ask you to do is to click here and then put in what your transaction PIN number was. Now you have to put your transaction PIN when you created your first account. When you created this account, it's going to ask you what that transaction PIN is. Once you put your transaction PIN in, then you're going to go ahead and hit the word continue, and then the next page is going to take you to the page where you're going to actually now print out the sheet that they give you. You're going to take that in there, do your payment with it. Once you finish doing your cash payment, it's going to give you a 16-digit transaction number. You're going to bring that 16-digit transaction number back home. You're going to go back into the website, and then you're going to click on and put that 16-digit transaction number in, and then go right through, and then you'll see almost immediately that amount is now in your back office for paying that invoice. It's very, very powerful. A lot of people use it, and they absolutely love it. It's the cost, as I tell everybody, guys, it's the cost of doing business. If you want to get in very quickly without waiting, you don't want to be, standing around. You got other people that want to come in, however it may be. It allows you to get in and start making money right away. That's the whole key part of using the cash transaction. If you want instant, and you don't have anyone with back office funds, or your credit card's not working, or you can't, you're in a city or a country like the United States and you don't have a bank wire option, it is an option that you can utilize right away so that you can get into business, get up and running right away. So all of these are different options, guys, that you can use. Different options that you can use. I want to make sure we understand that. I'm going to go ahead now and try to see if anyone has any questions on any of the options, and I'm not going to take a lot of time, guys, with that, but I'm going to go back over something, and let me go back here, and this is what we said, guys. Here's a person typing in that, I tried to type in under a bank option, but it's not working. Let's go back over this again, guys, because I want to show you something. Under the bank option, if you go to bank account, and let's say you're trying to do the online bill pay, when you click on add bank account, this sheet here is not for you to type in. It's an example of what you're going to see when you go to your log into your bank account and you click on pay bills. This is just showing you what you need to put in so that your bank will know who to cut and send this check to. This field is not designed for you to go back here and try to fill this in and put your information. No, this is what you want to print out, and then you're going to go to your online banking, and when it asks for the payee name, you put in Global Wallet. When it asks for the payee address, you put this address in. That's the city and the state. Payee phone number, it's optional. You don't have to have it, but the most important thing is your Z number. Where it says account number, it begins with a Z. So go to again, to find out your Z wallet number, guys, you just simply go and you click on where it says My Account and Account Details, and it's going to show you your Z wallet number, 7903. Now, here's something else I just noticed in here, that your Z wallet number is also showing on that same page. So when you go to checkout and you go under the bank account, let's go under bank account again. And under bank account, when you go down and you click on add a bank account, as if you were going to use the bill pay option, and you click on United States, it's fine if you're here inside the United States. Here's what you're going to notice, guys, under that bill pay option, as that letter comes up again, if I can get it to come up, I may have been through too many pages at one time. Okay, perfect. As that comes up, here's your Z wallet ID number right up there at the top. I just happen to notice the exact same number. So basically, when you log into your online bank account and it asks for that Z wallet number, just open up another web browser, go into your online banking, and put that number down there in there. That way, it will go ahead and allow that bank to cut the check and send it over to your bank account. These are different options. Again, this one, ladies and gentlemen, may take up to 10 to 14 days. Okay? So you have to understand that's what we're looking at, okay? Okay, perfect. So I want to make sure you guys understand that. How do you remove pending payments from Pay eWallets? Guys, you still keep getting those pending payments. They come through automatically. Even if you pay with back office funds, the eWallet system doesn't know that you've paid. One thing I did find out, how do you get rid of a pending invoice in your back office? I'll tell you. You can go through under the cash option, go all the way through the cash option, like you're going to pick a place, have the amount of your invoice in there, and then it seems like to me, once I hit the cancel under that cash option, what it actually did is it took that invoice where it wasn't showing up anymore. But you guys have noticed that, okay? Perfect. What's going to cancel your account? What will cancel your account is if you go through a bill pay option like I'm showing you here on this screen, and you've initiated that with your bank, and then your bank has sent the check over or in the process of sending it over, and all of a sudden you go to your bank and you say, okay, put a stop payment on this check. I don't want it to go there. That's going to cancel your eWallet account. Okay, so to make sure you guys understand that. All right. In bill pay, guys, there's a limit if you're just going to send money in through bill pay, and I believe that was around the bill pay. I think it's around $400 that you can do per transaction, and they charge you a fee for each transaction. However, if you have invoices, there is no limit. Here's what I want you to understand. That's why I went earlier and I said, let's say I have, 5 accounts or 6 accounts that I'm trying to pay. What I would do is I would use the forwarding feature. Out of all of those accounts, I'll forward it all into my main eWallet account by hitting that forward. That way, here in this area, all of your invoices are going to show up as you accept them. They'll be now there. And now you have one big option that now if you're going to, do the check that you're trying to pay, for all those different invoices, and you click on Pay Bills, it should pick up all of your different invoices that you have back there if you're going to click on that Pay Bills amount. But other than that, there is a limit, guys, on how much that you can do. So I want to make sure that we're very clear on that as well. So for your cash deposits, I know it's $450. Under the bill pay, they want you to have an invoice back there so that you can send that amount directly to pay for that invoice number, okay? I want to make sure you guys understand that. All right, then. Same question. My sponsor, I received an invoice number to renew my contract through eWallet. My sponsor paid for it for me, which gave me access to my back office funds, but I still have an invoice in my eWallet saying unpaid. That's going to be there. Don't worry about it. Just ignore it. It's going to be there. It won't hurt you long. As long as you are active inside of TelexFREE, you are good to go. Okay? You're good to go. As far as transfers in U.S., when you're doing wire transfers, I know it's in the euro, so there is a cost that you have to pay to go, like, from whatever your country's currency is to the euro. And that's what you're going to notice that the additional cost is going to be, okay? Perfect. Someone said they can't create an e-wallet. Every time that you sign up, guys, it automatically creates an e-wallet account. So if you're having trouble with yours, you may want to contact eWallet. And again, they do have an online chat that's there on eWallet. Sometimes it's kind of lengthy to get in there on there, but they do have that. And they also have a phone number that there is a per minute charge to call that phone number. However, you can get through a lot quicker, perhaps on the phone lines. And believe it or not, guys, they have thousands of people, contacting them. So that's why one of the best ways they're saying to do it through an email, and they always respond to emails within 24 to 48 hours, okay? All right, perfect. Can we use a check card as CC in the U.S.? I think you could use a credit card or you could use a bank debit card, okay? How long does it take to pay an invoice using a credit card? As soon as it's accepted, guys, as soon as it's accepted in the back office and you go in, let's say around midnight, and it accepts your credit card, then you are good to go, okay? So therefore, I just want to make sure you guys understand that. Yes, they are planning on expanding their country list in eWallet, and someone here just says just cancel the invoice from eWallet, and perhaps you can do that. So there's different ways that you can do it. Let's see here real quick. Yes, you can. Right here, thank you very much for that note, guys. Right here, you see this invoice. If I click on cancel, it's going to cancel that invoice out of eWallet, and you should no longer receive email notifications on that. Thank you very much for that, Oscar. Appreciate your help on that. Okay. Yeah, eWallet is very new for a lot of people, but it is a way for us to get in very, very quickly. Okay. Can we use eWallet to take our money from our Telex account to transfer our bank account? Yeah, what you do is, of course, every Tuesday, guys, and again, I always tell everybody, get with your upline. There's so many people looking for back office funds. Before you cash out on any Tuesday, get with your upline. See who needs back office funds, because instead of now withdrawing your money on Tuesday from the back office of TelexFREE and then waiting a couple weeks before you can actually withdraw it out of eWallet to your bank account, if you find somebody that's looking for credits, you can get your money immediately from them. So we always tell everybody to do that. And again, through the cash payment options, guys, you'll understand that under the cash payment options, the only one that's available for that is PaySafe. You'll notice these other options, these are particular to certain countries. And if you have this form of payment, you already know it. If you don't have those form of payments, guys, you don't know what this is. But people in those particular countries, they're very familiar with that form of payment, and they can get into the system fairly quickly as well. Okay? All right, yes, it's much better to do a transfer from the back office, Priscilla, but a lot of people who don't have back office funds cannot do it. But yes, it's always easier to do it from the back office. All right? Let's see, and once again, guys, we're going to go over this again, perhaps like on a Friday or maybe even next week, Tuesday. But everything is it's real simple. Whatever you don't understand about eWallet, I promise you there's a video in the back office. And when you sit there and watch the video over and over again, you get it. Most of us, we don't want to sit there and watch a video. We just want to click the button and make it done. But I promise you, the more you're back there and the more you learn, the easier you'll see that it is. And, you know, I talked to a gentleman the other day. He says, well, I don't want to even tell anybody about the bill pay option because he said that may take up to 2 weeks. I said, but here's the key. If they got cash or they have money in their bank account and they want to get in today, well, guess what? When those people go through the bill pay option, in 10 to 14 days, they'll be in the system. So what if everybody that you talk to did the exact same thing? Then 10 to 14 days from now, then every day at that point, as more and more people that did it, you know, 2 weeks prior, all of those sales are going in. So it's just, all it is just a process. And once you go through that process, guys, you'll be able to see how many people are being able to do that as well, okay? And again, let's see, the purpose of transfer from the back office. And again, you have to be registered. The company has to be registered. And if there's a state that they're not registered in, no, you can't sign up in that particular state, okay? So we'll make sure everybody knows that. And you'll know if you go to the back office and try to sign up, if your state doesn't appear there, then you can't sign up into Telex at this time. But right now, I believe they're all there except for maybe one. Let's see. So going through area, national training, how long does it take? A lot of these questions are the same questions all over again. If you transfer or bill pay for one big amount to pay all the invoices, again, when you have all your invoices in this one, and then you go to do the bill pay, you want to make sure that that amount equals the amount of the invoices that you have in there, okay? And we'll do some double checking on that. The credit cards per day, each credit card per day is limited to $1,500, but in a month's time, you can use as much as $7,500, okay? But it is a limitation there for credit cards for $1,500 per day. So if you got 3 different credit cards back there, you can use all 3, and now you've just used up $4,500 basically, and so now the rest of your limit is still up to $7,500. It doesn't matter how many credit cards you have back there, but you have 2 limits. It's a daily limit of what you can use on each card, and total spent from your eWallet account is a maximum of $7,500 for the month. Okay, perfect. All right then. And again, guys, that's the basic training. A lot of people are trying to get into the system. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Thank you so much for your kind remarks, Gary and Jerry and many others, guys. Again, this is all very new for a lot of us, but use the different options. You know, let everybody know the options that they have. And, you know, it's all about getting into the system as quick as possible. Some people, they don't mind paying the extra 10%. They don't care. Some people, they don't care because they understand the power of the business and they want to get in right away, and they just write that off as part of their write-off because it was the cost of doing business. But how much is it costing you every day that you're not in TelexFREE because you're waiting to get in? So very, very important that you guys understand how to do that. One good note, too, they are coming up with our very own branded TelexFREE prepaid card. So a lot of you will be able to get that prepaid card and have your funds from your back office deposited onto that card. It's going to be really, really exciting. So that they're working on, guys, and it is in the process of being completed very, very shortly. 1099s, if you haven't already got it, those 1099s, they told us this past weekend, will be mailed within the next week or week and a half at the very latest. If you get a 1099 and the information in your back office, if your social needs correcting or if your tax ID number needs correcting, when you get your 1099, you're also going to get information on how to go and correct that so that the right information gets to the IRS and, guys, so that you'll be able to, and this is very, very important, you'll be able to make sure that you file your taxes, of course, in a timely manner, okay? All right then, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being on the call. Hopefully this helped you. It helped me out a ton. I got a lot of people going to cash centers right now, you know, in their particular cities and states, and they're saying, look, hey, whatever it takes, let me in. If I can't, if nobody's got credits, I want in this way. If I don't have a credit card, if I can't get the credit card in, let me go in this way. You know, if I don't mind waiting, you know, a week to 2 weeks, let me go through the bill pay options. As long as I have an option to get in, let me know what my options are, and from that point I can make my own decision. So hopefully, guys, this was very helpful to you guys. And again, I appreciate each and every one of you. There's a lot of people that are saying thank you. We recorded this, guys. I'm going to see where I can get it put up at. But we didn't record it on our 712 number because simply you need to be visually looking at this to get the most out of it. So go in your back office, guys. Don't be afraid. You can't break anything back there. Play with the different options. Get yourself familiar with it. Get your, you know, the people that you're signing up. Help them. The best way to do it is for you to learn this and then help them. You know, each one, teach one. And when you do that, if you're not too sure, watch the video in the back office. And you'll be surprised as you show them how to do it, they're going to show other people how to do it. And your business, guys, your business will reflect the quality of the people that you're not only attracting, but it's going to reflect your income. Because the more that you're familiar with anything, and the more you work at it, and the more you concentrate on growing, what can I do today to help my business grow? What can I do today to learn more about what I need to do? And I'm going to caution you on that. Don't spend a lot of time just sitting there learning things. Guys, you learn, but you earn while you learn. Go out and help other people to appreciate what's going on. And I'm going to close out with a final thought here. You guys have to understand where things are trending at in the society in which we live. You know, 30 years ago, no one primarily used cell phones. No one. You guys understand the power of that? That's why I'm trying to explain to you guys where it is now. Apps that are on cell phones, 10 years ago, no one had them, but look where they are now. You got an excellent way of building your business by giving away the TelexFREE app. And when people see what they can do with that app and they start calling and getting all their friends to get on the app so they can call app to app and do international free texting app to app, and they start making the phone calls, and then they find out that, hey, I can keep this going and not have to be in a Wi-Fi area if I jump on either Telex 99 or I get into Telex Mobile. What do you think is going to happen? Their friends are going to come to you wanting to be a part of Telex Mobile. Now you're getting paid on cell phone usage every single month. They're going to be doing something with the Telex 99 VoIP service where a person will have an option that they can elect that every single month it'll go ahead and recharge a card that they're using, or allowing them to repay without reminding them that they have to keep going back in and paying. So there'll be some automated options that are going to be coming up, and along with cell phones as well. And by the way, too, guys, on cell phones, here's what I found out. Most people are on one of the 4 major carriers, which will not allow to mention the name of any carriers on the calls. That came directly from corporate. But here's what happens. Let's say I'm on my carrier right now, and I want to get on Telex Mobile. Well, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and pick the plan that I want with Telex Mobile. Telex Mobile will get me a SIM card out. That I can take my SIM card out of my phone, pop the Telex SIM card in. But it's going to ask me, what network do you want to remain on? It's one of the 4 carriers. So whatever network you want to be on, and I can elect to stay on my same network. Therefore, I'm going to pay my cell phone bill every single month to TelexFREE because there's no credit check, no contract. It's just all prepaid. And at the same time now, I'm going to still have the great service that I had on perhaps the network that I was already on. You guys see the power of that? So a lot of people that may be worried about maybe changing, or I don't know if the quality is going to be okay. Listen, you can have the same great quality that you're experiencing right now on your current network. You're just going to now pay your bill to a different entity. That's basically what you're looking at. And now here comes the best part, and now you're getting commissions off of it. Now you're making money off of it. And not only are you making money off of your own cell phone bill, but you could be making money off of hundreds of thousands of customers, 5 levels deep, that are the customers of other promoters that you don't even know, but you're getting paid off of all of their customers' cell phone bills every single month. And everybody that's on Telex 99, VoIP, every single month. And everybody, all their customers that are on MFA, every single month. And even all of their customers that will be on the hundreds of other products that TelexFREE is rolling out. Do you guys get the vision here? It's like being able to get paid off of other people's ideas and inventions without having to own them, without having to service them. But ladies and gentlemen, you're getting and earning income off of them anyway. That's the power of TelexFREE. That's the stage that has been set for all of us. And we all have an opportunity, folks, to profit from this immensely. A lot of great news and great things coming up. Make sure you're on our call tomorrow, Wednesday. It's a product call where you're going to learn a lot about the power of MFA with Miss Cynthia Sly. Until then,
Randy?
On this call. Hey, Carla, is that you?
That is me.
Right, Carla, go ahead.
I'm just leaving the hotel, and the gentleman just gave me some more exciting news. Since we're booking it and everything is going so well, he said it's from 5 to midnight tonight. Those of you who order your rooms between 5 and midnight tonight will receive them for $89.
Oh, wow.
$89, he's giving us a deal from 5 to midnight tonight. So you guys, at 5 o'clock, when you see that on Facebook in the TelexFREE Universal group, we will try to get emails out to everyone. You want to order your rooms between 5 and midnight tonight, and the code is TelexFREE. I'll give the numbers out and everything. The code is TelexFREE. He said if you order them between 5 and midnight tonight, you will get them for $89. That's exciting.
All right. Well, I tell you what, that is powerful, Carla. Thank you so much. And a lot of people are saying boom, boom, boom. They're loving it. You're absolutely right. We're sitting, guys, on an absolute gold mine, And those that take advantage of it, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we're in a position to do just great, great things. So, hey, we appreciate each and every one of you guys for getting on the call. Thank you so much today. It's been a great call. I appreciate spending time with each and every one of you. Again, we'll see you on our call tomorrow. Until then, this call is officially over. Everybody have a great afternoon and a great evening.